Hey, what's up? This is Caleb with the FunnelFlow Mastermind, driving home from my JOB. Today, I just wanted to tell you about my first entrepreneurial venture, which honestly people are most interested in. I get this question a lot. How did I start out as an entrepreneur? Well, the answer is I started a hot dog cart. I'm not going to be making eye contact with you because I'm going to be driving and I care about safe driving. So, anyway, I was about 18 or 19 and I was living in the Bay Area, and I had always kind of had the entrepreneurial bent towards me. My dad was an entrepreneur. He ran a successful seminar and consulting and insurance agency, and so I always had entrepreneurship modeled to me. At the age of 12, I'm going way back there, sorry. At the age of 12, I remember I was mowing the neighbor lady's lawn, negotiating my prices up from $12 to $13 a mow due to the price of gas. You know, so I've always had kind of the hustle, you could say, with entrepreneurial habits. I don't know how to say that right, but it's just always been inside me. So what really ruined me, though, like what absolutely wrecked me, and I'm still suffering the consequences today, is my senior year of high school. I was at Barnes & Noble, and I saw a book on the shelf called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I didn't know anything about it. I just saw the book cover, and it kind of intrigued me, and I started reading it, and I think over the next couple days I would come back to the bookstore and I would read it. I read the whole thing in the bookstore without ever buying it because I was too broke or too cheap to buy it. So the premise of that book is don't sell your time for money like the world tells you to do. Get a job, get paid an hourly wage, get a salary, right? Instead, sell something that's not related to your time, like a product, a service, a commodity, an offer, as a way to make money. So that was basically it. And so from that point on, I was always looking for, well, what's a service or what's a product that I can offer and maybe hire employees where I can make money that I don't necessarily have to be physically doing the job. So with that mindset, I was 18 or 19 years old. I'm in San Francisco with my friends. We go to a car show or something at the Moscone Center. We come out of this large event center, and there, strategically placed on the street corner, is what was it? A hot dog cart. Sorry, the sun's blaring in your eyes. A hot dog cart. And we got a hot dog, and we're sitting there on the curb watching this guy make money hand over fist selling hot dogs. And I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. Like, obviously I'd eaten from a street vendor before, but I just never thought about the business or the economics of vending. And so I went online when I got home and I started looking up hot dog carts, and I found out that you can get a really nice stainless steel hot dog cart at the time for around $1,500. Who knows, with Biden inflation and the craziness going on in the world, they're probably 3 times that much now. But at the time, they were around $1,200 or $1,500. And I go to my friend and I say, hey, dude, we could be making thousands of dollars a month slinging hot dogs with like a $1,500 investment. We're going to be basically like printing money. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. We don't have any money. Like, crap. So I go to my dad. I'm like, Dad, can I have some money? And he's like, well, no, but I'll loan you some money. And we set up this financing agreement. And long story short, I get the hot dog cart, but I don't have a business plan. I don't have a place negotiated where I can set up this cart legally without getting hauled away by the police. And all of a sudden, I'm like dead in the water. Like, totally inexperienced, totally green, knew nothing about business, just had an idea and acted on it. If there's been one consistent theme in my life, having ideas and acting on them. For better or for worse, that's how I operate. And so, okay, I committed, I burned all my boats, I had my hot dog cart, and now what am I going to do? Well, I'm calling every city. I'm like trying to find a location for this thing. And I was looking for a place in front of a bar because I'm thinking everybody loaded coming out of the bar, they're going to want a hot dog. But I can't find any place I can vend. This is before food trucks were cool, right? And it was a little bit more accepted. But regardless, I finally found a spot at a local park that had a skate park there with a couple hundred kids coming in and out of the location throughout the day. So set up there. I was making okay money. At the time, like $80 to $100 a day. Nothing quite scalable, but it was a start. It was fun. People enjoyed the hot dogs. I think I charged $2.25 for a hot dog or something like that. I don't know why I calculated the 25 cents, but that was important. I couldn't take debit cards. It was cash only. It was before the Stripe card. But I was doing it, right? We were doing it. We had an operation schedule, and just having that regular spot open, we had an opportunity to do vending at a local hardcore venue. So we were selling hot dogs outside the concert venue. That was a lot of fun. We would trade hot dogs for concert t-shirts and stuff like that. But we weren't really making any money to speak of, maybe a couple $100 a month. And I'm like, we're not getting rich off this, right? Isn't that the truth with business? Like you see a business venture or idea or whatever, and you go through with it, you start it, and then it's like, disappointment, right? But you got to keep pushing on. You got to keep finding that next opportunity. You got to keep innovating. You got to keep pushing forward. So I'm like, I got to make this work, right? I've invested so many thousands of dollars, $1,500 in this thing. I got to make this work, right? The dream is alive in my heart to be a hot dog millionaire. And so there was this little new thing, I don't know where I heard about it or whatever, called Google Ads. Maybe you're familiar with it, but with Google Ads, for at the time about 5 cents a click, you could get somebody to click your ad and go to your website. And Google had a thing called Google Site Builder, where they would, you could build your website right on Google for totally free. It was ugly. It was poorly designed, but I said, hey, I should give this a try. And so I put up some pictures of my hot dog cart. I put a menu, some prices for some catering packages, and put my phone number on there, email address, and I set up a Google AdWords campaign that whenever someone would search hot dog cart or hot dog cart catering, just a few things in a small search radius around where I lived, that my ad would pop up. Dog this, hot dog catering. And so that's what I did. I put up an ad, and literally the next day someone called me. They said, hey, do you do hot dog catering? I'm like, that's what I do. That's great. And from that point on, I would still do the vending from time to time. But I served literally thousands and thousands of hot dogs at various events all over the Bay Area. Notable jobs I did for TiVo at the time, probably now defunct. We served Apple Computers, a company event there. We served multiple events at Stanford for some student groups there. Various churches, backyard barbecues, corporate events, all kinds of stuff. I had the fire department called me in San Francisco. I don't want to go into that story, but it was a lot of fun. And what I didn't realize at the time was I had created a marketing campaign. I had a traffic source, I had a way to capture their information, and I had a follow-up and closing system. And that was basically everything I needed to have some sort of semblance of success or traction online. And that started my entrepreneurial journey. And we'll go more deeper into my story in subsequent videos and episodes or whatever you want to call this. But that experience really opened my eyes to the power of online marketing, and how when you have a simple yet effective campaign running, magical things happen. So what's your hot dog millionaire story? Put it down in the comments.